welcome to my desk. This chilly afternoon, I wanted to do a little show and tell because I've already unboxed stuff. I got too excited. So I wanted to show you briefly, if I can, and I will try and make it brief, the most exquisite job lot of dolls that has arrived if you have a penchant for vintage dollhouse dolls. Sorry, that is my dog. Vintage dollhouse dolls. They are just gorgeous. They're gorgeous. If it's not your thing, scroll on. It is more than a delight to be sitting here just observing these incredibly made pieces of artwork. Excuse me. You'll have to forgive me if I burst into a great flood of giggles, because when the lot came in and Joey was showing us, there was a man with a look on his face that looked like he might have cut one in the fruit aisle, and he's become known as Fart Man. So when I have to present him to you, let me go, because he's now so epic between all our families that my youngest actually insisted on coming with to fetch him from the Pudo locker because Fart Man had landed. So I shall begin with Fart Man in a moment, because I wanted to thank you all, as always, for all the beautiful interaction and chatting and the messages and the questions and I love being able to share, and the give and receive in a community is just so wonderful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've had some really, really lovely questions and just comments and things about my workspace, which is so lovely. I kind of don't think about it because it's just a plank of wood on a desk, but it is a really beautiful space. And this is a solve because I need a lot of natural light, or, you know, electric light. And as ours are off so often with all the outages, we thought perhaps me being in this window would be a good plan. So my space, I'll give you a quick whip around, and it will be quick. There it is. It's drawing pad, digital pad that I currently have a pile of dolls on. Whoop. And as you can see, there's a gajillion dollhouse dolls. And over there, all my bits for carving and sculpting and drawing, and there's probably more to it in all the storage drawers and whatnot, but it really is just ye old plank of wood in my window on another desk. And it's just so lovely to be able to take in a little light and see the birds and watch my kids play outside and, yeah, garner a bit of warmth because we don't run heaters here. So other than our fire at night, it gets pretty chilly. So I'm grateful both for your interaction and for this space. Let's get in here. Let's start with my favorite. Janine's man, Joey's man, my man. Fart Man. Look at him. This is a man who sneakily cut one. What he is, though, and beautifully made, and his clothes are still all intact, and his wire bendy armature is still working, is a vintage Schleich Doll House doll. And he is the head of one of the families. There are two separate families from what I can tell. Just quickly unpack the box. I haven't done much more homework. They're visiting me. I have to admit, these are not my dolls, like I said. And the aim of their visit is for me to do some proper research on them. I absolutely love doll history, actually all history, but doll history fascinates me. And being able to properly timestamp them will help Joey to be able to place them in the right places so that they get the kind of homes they need. Because these are some pretty unique and beautiful pieces. And I really just wanted to be able to assist in that. And she was amazing in sending them up. And they're going to stay with me a wee while. And hopefully I'll be able to identify them all. It's a big batch. But there are repeats of many. So if you are someone who has a deep love for these dollhouse dolls and are looking for these kinds of things as you collect, reach out. I shall let you know what's happening soon enough. Not all of them have clothes, but many people who are involved in the miniatures world as it is are quite competent in recreating items or creating anything they want. So let's cherish Fart Man and introduce you to Mrs. Fart, I'm assuming. Look at those faces. They're precious. Isn't she lovely? Isn't her outfit just glorious and gaudy? They appear to have a number of children. These are all Schleichs. I'll hold up one or two of them for you. They come in different sizes. There is little girl, little boy, a toddler, and what appears to be a baby. What delights me about these kind of older doll lines is that in order to produce like the toddler, we didn't scale the head down. We just kind of used the same mold. Isn't that marvelous? Look at his giant noggin. Look at the baby. It's like a tiny big person. It's so wonderful. Anyway, we've got repeats of numerous of these, like I said. So I'm going to take the time to identify them all, see if the ranges had names. I know a lot of collectors fall in love with the look of a doll and then also struggle to find the history. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can, put together, not one, I don't think I can do it in one article, but the My Doll Monday slot will probably be taken up quite nicely a few weeks in a row. They're not mine. They are Joey's to sell, but hopefully I might be able to make an offer on a few of these because I would love to own a few sets of these, or one set at least. This is another family made by Schleich. These were, I think, let me just check in my notes because I did take some notes while I was looking around. They were all produced between 60 and 70, these families. And on average are a 4-person family, but there may have been more. These guys have these precious little Nunus as their kids. Aren't they beautiful? As I'm saying, like all their armatures, despite being incredibly old dolls, their armatures are perfect. I can only see one armature that's not 100% on maybe 30 or 40 dolls lying here. It's absolutely incredible. The workmanship that went into these, the studs on her dress, granted not exactly to scale, but I mean nothing's rusted, nothing's aged badly. Whoever loved them deeply because they're well looked after. Yes, vinyl does get grubby over the years, but I mean, look at this little man. Sweet thing. Right. The other family that I researched while I was looking for dolls, because Joey sent me some snapshots, was I found Horseman dolls. And Horseman is, you know, much like Schleich, been producing toys for decades. And their dollhouse dolls were, it was number of families attached to a main family, and the two that I pulled out first happened to be the grandparents, and they're so sweet. Rodney and Carolyn in their original outfits. I'll note that whatever's here with us currently, as far as I can see in the research I've done, are all original clothes. Those who have clothes, it's original. We're looking at paintwork that is still perfect on these shoes. The little faces are still beautiful. How cute. How freaking cute. We then have, I don't know all their names yet because I really need to investigate the boxes. There were a couple of good looking photos of these dolls in their boxes still. One couple, that is a mum and a dad in a set. And they would have come with some kiddos. As yet, I need to do more research, but I have here two seriously adorable little ladies, which have those very horseman-y eyes, so I don't doubt that they're also horsemen. Look at those sweet things. And again, armatures all intact, paint looking good, a little grubby, yes. And then we have the second family in this lot that I pulled out. Oh, Marge and Scott. Marge and Scott. I did make notes, see? More homework to do though. Look, these are called the Country House family. Oh, they're not precious. Look at his countryness. Look at her countryness. She actually has the most gorgeous little head dookie, but it's slid down, and until I can treat her with very slow respect and get her back into her original state, I don't want to fiddle with them now. So they're all as they were unboxed, and Joey didn't fiddle much either, so they've arrived like this, and I will slowly clean them and get them ready for their new homes. I feel that this wee man is a horseman too. Isn't he precious? I mean, come on. Other than that, these could be horsemen too, but they also could be Schleich. Can't tell. A set of triplets, all armatures intact, functioning. And then these guys might be newer, could be newer, but possibly not. So hard to pick up. Tubby little babies. 1 second while I pick up a row of chubby quintuplets. Or just random single babies. Ugh, get my face out the way. Look at those. Look at those sweet faces. Their joints do move. Let me put these three down so you can see. We've got some chubby movable joints. Yeah. It's not working because it's trying to focus on me. But as you can see, they move. Still in perfect condition. Haven't identified those yet. We have two molded little men that are very rubbery and sweet. I actually remember having one very similar as a child. So I think it came from my nan. And then we have the dolls, like as in Doll House dolls. Look at the scale on those guys. Now these are harder and more formed. I can only imagine that they either took teeny weeny bottles or dummies in those mini mouths. And this little guy I had one of as a kid as well. It is soft rubber and very, very soft, as you can see. Needs a bit of a cleanup and possibly reattaching its paint on its face. But look at that little dude. The detail in these things blow my mind. And a couple of extra dolls that delighted me. This little lady made me laugh. I was thinking, well, I'll never find her. And Google image picked her up pretty quickly, actually, within seconds. And she was made for a very specific retail group and only sold for about a year. She didn't last long on the market, as in she was like a limited edition. She was a skiing doll, and she had the cutest name. Let me just scroll here. Sporty Sweetie Teeny Goes Skiing. And for the McCrory Group in 1981, she was produced for a year. Still in her original ski outfit, doesn't have her accessories with her, but look at this sweet lady. And again, armature that still works. Amazing. This lass is super sweet, and I hunted her down before she arrived as well. In original outfit, not necessarily her outfit. I did find another doll in this outfit, but is not hers, I don't think. She is a Jack's Pacific. She's a Star Model Agency doll. Now, they made these for a year only, 96 and 97. They were produced for 1 year only. There were a number of them in the little group. This is Amber. They were based on, they were sort of a sidekick of another doll that had come out at the time. And again, I'm going to do an article on her because she was just delightful. She's not armatured, but the little outfit for me was just so gorgeous. And look at this detail in her face. The big curls. Super sweet. There were some lovely accessories at the time. Anyway, I'm going to do a decent write-up on her. And then these two ladies, I actually have one of these knocking about in my drawer that I got from Natasha Fanikak. No clue who they are. They look like Barbie. So feel to me like they could have been popped in a dollhouse. I think they may have been Mickey D's Barbies at a point, but I might be totally off my mark here. So if anyone knows who and what they are, feel free to shout. Otherwise, they will eventually come up in my hunts. They're super cute. And their outfits. Look at this. Look at their little outfits. So adorable. But definitely do suit the dollhouse theme, so I can see why they ended up in the box. Other things in the box were those collectible little crates of like Pepsi Cola and that kind of thing, and some small dollhouse goodies that I'll go through, but nothing that I want to share right this second. It all needs to be very carefully like logged, and I want to document it all to make sure that I've got it all sorted for Joey. So I just wanted to share how absolutely amazing they are, and how could I not share Fart Man? Hey Fart Man, did you cut one? Did you? Yeah, he did. Look at him. He did. He's marvelous. Look at this, and this soft velour fabric. Oh, I love them. Janine, your man's home. Thank you, fabulous people, for joining me again. I'll be back real soon. I'm in the throes of editing this very old Action Man G.I. Joe to look like my husband's Mini, which is a whole world of trouble and such a good adventure. Such a good adventure. Anyway, keep well, and thank you for joining me, and love ya. My heart to yours, people.